And we are live. I will let the chat load up for everybody. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some more news between about Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, and Deontay, the bronze bomber Wilder. The saga grows, the saga continues. Who wins? Where does it end? No one knows. So, this is what we have. We have these two heavyweights, highly ranked, one a champion, the other one the number one ranked. What do we have? Glenn Mountain, yo from the UK, counterpunch to you. God of War, what's cracking? Probably, hopefully, these fists are cracking pretty soon. Counterpunch to everybody's on the chat. But we got to talk, man. We got to talk about Dillian Whyte and his newfound info. Or is it newfound? Who knows? Tyson Fury bringing that belt home. Okay. Yep. Less than 2 weeks, people. Matter of fact, it is 2 weeks. Because next weekend is Valentine's Day. The weekend after that is officially going down. I will be doing it live. Hopefully, yeah, I will be at home because I get a break because I'm going out of town, moving out of the country, taking a little break from work. Work hard, play hard. I've worked hard enough. Now it's time to play a little bit. So it is what it is. Jail Brooks back. Jail Brook. R200R. Yeah, he is back. Was it DeLuca? He's fighting DeLuca. Kenny Oconta. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hayden Krypton. What's good, brother? Counterpunch. Diego Cassini. Man, I'm great, man. I'm doing great. I'm having me a presidente. It's going good today. Just went to the gym, knocked it down, do what I do. I'm off, feeling good. Another beautiful day to be alive. So, hey, I feel good. I feel great. Koki Yam, what's up, brother? Emmanuel. Akpukpu. There it is. Akpukpu. Cool. Counterpunch to you. Wilder ducking Whyte to this day. Hope you're doing good. Everything's great, man. He just stopped him. Knocked him down. Knocked him out. Kicked BT. Hello, Kurt. Cheers, bro. Cheers to you, brother. Marco Crooks. Whyte and Wilder just needs to get into the ring and solve their beef. On the top of that, I find it odd Whyte hasn't exposed the WBC with the documents he has unless there's certain things that can't be said. You know what? Marco Crooks. Great counterpunch. I was thinking the same thing myself because I'm like, a guy with the temperament of the body snatcher, his reputation, okay? You would think that he would have already done that. I mean, especially with the shit that happened last year, because he didn't even know what was going to happen to him last year. He didn't even know what the outcome was going to be, if it was some bullshit, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck it. I know I didn't do shit wrong, so fuck, you know what? Here, take these fucking papers. Take these papers, and I'm going to expose you. Post this shit and send it live. Send it online, So that's a good counterpunch. I thought about that myself. Like, what is he waiting on? Why is he sitting on it? MC Treasure, PBC, WBC in cahoots. Counterpunch to you, that may be the case. More than likely, that is the case, MC Treasure. Andy Cliff, what's up, brother? Sean Myers, what's up? I'm just chilling, bro. Andy Cliff would love to see Wilder and Whyte. That would be a good fight. You know what? I want to see, though. I want to see Whyte and Ortiz. I wanted to see that fight. I mean, look, boxing, the best can't fight the best all the time. And what have we known about the best fighting the best? What has always been, or more than likely about 80% of the time, what has happened when the best actually fights the fucking best? The fights that we all been looking for, waiting for, contemplating, had relatives die and shit waiting for these fights. And then when they finally happen, what happens? What is the end result? The shit is whack. Why? Because then you got two fighters that go in there, they know nothing or too much about each other, and they don't really want to commit. So it is a lackluster fight. So the best fights you see are those fights, those top 10 fighting top 10. Not necessarily the champ or the champions or the two money guys or the two, quote unquote A sides or whatever. These guys, every fight they're in, they're accustomed to being A sides. So when they meet someone higher than them, they are not really comfortable with being the A side. So therefore, it's a problem with getting that fight. You know what I mean? And I think that's what the Joshua Wilder thing going on. Because Joshua, this is the reason why Whyte's where he's at. Because Deontay Wilder's at a point in his career that he feels that he's better than Dillian Whyte. I don't really think he's scared. I think he's more concerned with the idea of what if this motherfucker beats me? You know what I mean? Like, that would be the person that beats Wilder, a person that wanted that fight, a person that you've been avoiding, a person that you think you're better than, a person that you look down upon, that you call a peasant. Kings fight kings. Kings don't chase a peasants. Those are the words of Deontay Wilder. So if Whyte really did get a fight with him and Whyte taps that ass, what would it look like for Deontay Wilder? He would be a fool. He would be definitely on the redemption list. Matter of fact, he probably would bump off Andy Ruiz because Andy Ruiz comes in number 1. Okay, and actually, I'm just loading another redemption list because somebody else got added. So it drops in a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I would want to see those top 10 guys fight each other because they're going to fight hard to stay where they're at, right? Versus that guy that they fight for the championship. Because a lot of times those dudes, when they get to that championship status and they know they've earned their keep, they've earned their spot, they fought the right people, they've done the right things, they still don't get that shot. It's crazy. Chris Mayer. What's up, Kurt? How's your day going? It's going pretty good, brother. John Fury versus David Haye. John Fury? Okay. Also, they know Whyte is a threat. Yeah, Whyte is a threat, MC Trezor. We just got through talking about it. He absolutely threatens the WBC and Wilder with a conspiracy charge. He should have done that a long time ago if he has it. But I think now he's settled in, and I think what has happened is the Andy Ruiz deal with all that, and he can't get those fights that's going to put him there. Because remember, Deontay Wilder wanted to fight Andy Ruiz. I guarantee you this. If that rematch between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz came before that Luis Ortiz fight, you know what would have happened? He would have fought the winner out of that first. They would have tried to sabotage that. He wouldn't even have been looking at Luis Ortiz. He wouldn't have looked at him the same. That fight probably would have been, oh, well, we can give Luis some step-aside money because this is unfinished business. This for undisputed. One champion, one face, one name. That's Deontay Wilder, baby. Come and get your money, baby. Enjoy great positivity now. I'm keeping it well for you. Blessings for you, UK. Diego Cassini, thank you, brother. The only thing surprising that would happen, Wilder versus Fury 2, with Wilder winning on points. Wilder's not going to win on points. Wilder's going to win on knockouts. That's one thing you can't. Look, if Wilder can't knock a person out, he's going to get beat. Let's just face it. If he don't knock you out, he's not going to beat you. The only thing, okay, Brooke just smashed DeLuca. Oh, wow, did he really? Looked very solid. Terry Harper was also great. Dave Allen, though, that was terrible. Yeah, Dave needs to sit down. He just needs to create a podcast. I think him and like Chael Sonnen, those guys, that they were decent. They were all right, but they were better charismatically than they were fighters. So they might be in the wrong field, or the field that they're in might have just expired. So I think they can, like, matter of fact, Chael Sonnen already has like a podcast or a show or something like that where he's able to articulate and be charismatic and show his positivity and do all this shit and do it, and he already has his fan base because he's a fighter. So, that's successful. I think Dave Allen should do the same thing, honestly. Dubois versus Joyce looks like a great fight. Yeah, I'm glad that fight's made, man. I hope and pray nobody gets injured. That's the type of fights that end up being fights of the year. Why? Because those guys know what's at stake, so they're going to fight to keep what they have and where they're at. since the fight's made, it's a fight anyway. So they're gonna fight, guys. They're gonna make that shit live. The O2 Arena, I might go to the motherfucker. I might go. I mean that's in April. I'll still be working. We ain't wrapped and none of that shit. But if I'm done with this show, if I'm done, I'm fucking going. I'm probably going in June anyway. I'm coming to the UK, so it is what it is. King Jack Double R. Jack, what's up, brother? Wilder KO's Whyte. He is too slow. Well, there you go. See, again, I don't think that Wilder's just afraid of Whyte. I think he knows well, here's the thing. If you know you don't have to fight a fighter, why would you waste time entertaining a fighter? If you have protection and if you have people in a higher position that's saying, hey, you don't have to fight that motherfucker if you don't want to. We know he's the WBC #1 and all, but you don't have to fight him, Deontay. Don't worry about it. We got you covered. Don't worry. You don't have to fight him. We'll do something. Something will happen, right? And something did happen. Jules, JKB, what's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. Jason Landers, you look well now. Hey, I'm feeling better every day. I had bronchitis and it was fucking kicking my ass, man. And I had to work through the bullshit on all this weather and all that shit. Had to be outside. It was bad. It was bad. But I'm thankful. I'm really thankful, that I'm here. I thank God that I'm feeling better because I hate being sick. That's one thing. There's nothing like health. Fuck money. You can make money doing something as long as you got an address and good health. You can do something to take care of yourself. We're talking about this Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder saga. These guys, Dillian Whyte, I think this is Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte is taking the wrong route, honestly. Will we see Wilder versus Whyte, Josh? I don't think so. Because if you have protection and you have people that have the power to avoid or to dismiss those fights, we won't have to worry about it. Those fights will never happen. As long as PBC can fight other guys. Look, Deontay Wilder can fight Ortiz again. He could fight Adam Kalnaki. He could fight Dominic Breazeale again. He's good with rematches. He could fight fucking Tyson Fury again. And look, he can do that before fighting all the guys that I just mentioned. He does not have to fight anybody from Matchroom. And that's the fucking shame. The sad part of it. That's the sad part of it. Because the sanctioning bodies in the rankings don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. Ask Dillian Whyte. Why do you think Dillian Whyte's doing what he's doing right now? Right? What would be the best guess? Like what's the thing? Hey, I'm threatening to expose you. He could have been did that. He would have been did. He had no problem coming out of his phone and I can show you the text. Look at that shit. I can show you the text. Remember? I mean, he would have done that. Pierre Edweir, Ortiz versus Joshua. I would love to see that shit too. Look, here's the thing. Let's look at it like this. Do you guys remember where ESPN and Golden Boy, right? Remember when ESPN and Golden Boy did this like a Cold War? Nobody fought each other over there. Like, we didn't see Ruslan Pravandakov versus Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? Or Timothy Bradley versus Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? We didn't see those type fights. Why? Because those promoters were all on their shit. They were all thinking they know. So that's why we had fights like Pacquiao, fucking fighting Bradley 3 times and fighting Marquez 4 times. But the good thing about Pacquiao, he did fight other fighters. He did fight Cotto, Claude. Who else did he fight back in those days? He fought Ricky Hadd, knocked him out. De La Hoya, Margarito. Those guys like that. I mean, so there were enough guys in the stable. You know what I mean? But it was like, did he fight Maidana? Maidana and Pacquiao, those type of fights. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of this going on right now in the heavyweight division where you have Al Heyman. He has his fighters. He believes in his fighters, and he believes that he can make money off of his fighters, and his fun money, and his fighters can make money. So why would we risk fighting someone else over there? Because as soon as they get their ass beat, they can't be sold or they can't sell them like they used to because they just got beat by this other guy from somewhere else. Because now they have problems with the other guy. So now they're going to have to make out another deal with an outside promoter that just won the belt or title or whatever, right? And that's difficult for them. So a lot of it is ego, but then again, it's a business war, okay? That's what it is. Bob Weaver, counterpunch to you. You know, no one can accuse Whyte of ducking. No. And see, the thing is, I look on both sides. Now I do question, like, why don't Dillian Whyte, offer another fight with Ortiz? Why don't he put energy in it? And he should put energy in it. But here's the thing. If he already knows that that fight won't get made, put energy in it to flush those motherfuckers out. That's what I would be doing. I would be putting more energy into Ortiz. Like, Ortiz, I want to fight you. Here's $4 million. You got 1.5 to fight the WBC champion, punk. Come ahead and fucking fight me for $4 million. I'm here and I'm ready. And I'm sending it to you. And he should do that. But then Ortiz and his team, I don't know what they're doing over there. I would like to see Otto fight someone from the top 10. Me too, to see where he is. I want all these fucking guys. See, it's ridiculous. All these motherfuckers should fight each other. Now, what happened when Joshua fought Ruiz? He lost the first time. Because here's the thing. These heavyweights have the capability of beating each other. Like that top three, it's politics at this point. Why? Because Joshua showed you, if you bring your ass in there on a bad night, you can get beat. You can get beat by the people that are in the top 10. But understand something about Joshua and Team Joshua. Look, those guys, they have a certain level of integrity. So he didn't want to fight just anybody. He didn't want that. He wanted somebody that was going to give him something. He didn't think it was going to give him a loss or a knockdown or 4 knockdowns, right? But he wanted something. So, because he has a reputation to uphold. He don't want to fight nobody that ain't shit, ain't ranked, don't know, old, slow. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. And I think the other side, honestly, Otto versus Ortiz. I would love to see that shit, Jason. Why not? Counterpunch, if you had the chance to plan AJ Whyte and Wilder's next 3 fights, what would they be? And a great channel, by the way. Thank you, brother. Okay. For Anthony Joshua, he has to fight his mandatories. Whyte, he would fight Ortiz. Wilder could fight whoever the winner was of Ortiz and Wilder. So let's just say if Ortiz beat Whyte, if he beat Whyte, he gets a third chance. Fuck the third fight. Anthony Joshua's got to do his mandatories. Anthony Joshua's last look. I wouldn't worry about a Joshua Deontay Wilder fight right now. I wouldn't worry about it. That's the last thing that you shouldn't want Anthony Joshua to worry about that fight based on what happened last year. Worried about a fight that you don't know how close that fight is. You don't know what those dudes are thinking. We don't even know if they really want the fucking fight. All we do know is him talking up Joshua has made him a whole lot of money, so why fight him? The more he talks shit about Joshua, the more money he makes. The more money he makes, the more hell happy I become. You know what they say, Jim. Good things come to those who wait. Exactly. He wants you to wait. That motherfucker might fight Joshua at the very, very, very end. Have people so pissed off, mad. And I know that's what Al Heyman's doing. Look, Al Heyman's doing this. And I'm going to tell you why I know he's doing this. And here's proof that he's doing this. He's doing this simply because he wants Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder to be another Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. He wants that revenue to be so high. He wants it so high to the point where People have waited for that shit so long that they're fucking sick of it. So when it finally happens, it's like a dude walking through the desert for 20 miles and thinks, oh, fuck, I'm seeing 10 mirages. Oh, shit, is that actually a fucking puddle of water? Oh, my God, it's actually a puddle of water. Whoosh. You know what I mean? That's what that is. So he wants that impact. But what happened at that same time? What happened? Pacquiao got beat. Joshua got beat. Pacquiao redeemed himself, beat an unbeaten Brandon Rios in Macau, China. No, he didn't. Brandon Rios was already, I think Brandon Rios lost to, what's the guy he fought 3 times? Fuck, I can barely remember his name now. That's sad. I know he was from New Mexico. Anyhow, but I think that's what he's doing. And here's the proof. Here's the proof that Al Heyman's doing this. When Al Heyman whispered in Deontay Wilder's ear after they said, "Hey, we'll offer you $100 million to fight Joshua," and then he, you know, Al Heyman leaned over, and this is sources that say Al Heyman leaned over to Deontay Wilder and said, "Hey, you know that's just Mayweather's training camp money." See, he was automatically comparing Deontay Wilder and Floyd, which in his mind, it's clever. It might be the fucking smartest thing you could ever do. Let's be real. But that turned off Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder wants to be the best. He wants to be the next American best big black African American thing that comes through boxing. Okay? You know, he wants to, that's why if you look at the things that Deontay Wilder's saying now, how he says it now, those are the same things Mayweather was saying. Think about it. Mayweather was saying the same type shit. Yep, I'm better than everybody. Yep, I like my people. My black people. I'm going for him because that's my black people. He's doing the same thing. So everybody that was riding with Floyd Mayweather is riding with Deontay. Some of them are riding with Deontay Wilder, but especially like the social media cats, those guys, the guys that went to the Mayweather gym, okay, and the guys that trolled around there taking pictures and shit like that was with Ellie Setback and the rest of them. A lot of people that had access to, the doghouse fights and stuff like that when Floyd was orchestrating that shit, which I think that's unsanitary. I think that shit, they shouldn't do that no more. The doghouse, the Mayweather Club boxing gym, they shouldn't do that shit. Now, I'll talk about that later, but, fighting a motherfucker, then fighting another motherfucker, that's stupid. That's just stupid. That's barbaric and it's dumb. That has nothing to do with boxing, has nothing to do with training, it has nothing to do with sparring. None of that. But anyway, Wilder is the disgrace to boxing. Wow, that's fanboy killer. All right, let's see. Whyte could potentially lose this year. No guarantee is going to beat Povetkin, and if he wins, he's going to go after Ruiz. Okay, here's the thing. The same thing they wish upon Whyte, they're wishing on Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is making a lot of buzz. Terrence Crawford is making people listen. Terrence Crawford is pushing and being aggressive to make certain fights happen that those guys, damn well don't want to happen. They don't want to see no Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. It's too big of a threat. See, they got a good thing over here. Look, if you had a guy that was a good boxer and you've got him in a situation, you've allowed him to get hungry enough to want certain fights, but you keep those fights from him until you keep those fights from him long enough to another threat comes in, then you give that fighter those fights. So at that point, what that fighter's been waiting for, you've delivered. So you're thinking, that fighter, oh man, Al Heyman, he's loyal. He's gave me those fights I wanted to see. Well, how fucking long did it take him to get you those fights? He knew he's going to give you those fights because that guy that came to the division, which was Terrence Crawford at 147 from 140, that cleaned out the division, would want to go after you eventually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to occupy my time and with my fighter and have my fighter time occupied by fighting the guys that he's been asking for fucking 2 years. Make that make sense. He finally got a Sean Porter. Did he get a Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman? Not yet. Right? Not yet. But He got a Mikey Garcia, and he was already preached to that Mikey Garcia would make him popular because he's not popular. He's not popular enough. Let's put it that way. And they wanted Mikey Garcia because they needed his fan base. So all that time, Terrence Crawford, hey, I'm here. I just beat Jeff Horn, the guy that Manny Pacquiao, the guy that y'all signed, right? Lost to. So now everybody wants Manny Pacquiao. So that's that's that more smoke and mirror shit. You know what I mean? You want to put these guys in a situation where you keep them busy and you promise them shit, and then you don't deliver right away. You want them to wait. You want them to just kind of like you got some water and the motherfucker's thirsty and you start drinking the water. And then you put the top back on it. Then you wait, and it's crazy. Then you finally give it to him. It's crazy. He's definitely beating the snot out of that fraud. Fish. R1. Emmanuel. Hi, Kurt. I became a boxing fan because of your YouTube channel, always stating facts without emotions. Respect. Emmanuel, appreciate you, man. I'm glad that you came over to the sport of boxing. And it's a beautiful sport, but it's a sport that's not a game. Okay? It's not a game, Emmanuel. Motherfuckers die in the ring. These fighters die. These fighters get into certain things. They tear ligaments. They break bones. They bleed. They suffer tears, other injuries, cerebral damage, internal damage. They suffer a lot. These guys suffer for that paycheck. These are prize fighters. So, it's a real thing. It's not like, football's very dangerous too. You can, get concussions and stuff of that nature. But it's not a team sport, but it's a team effort, if that makes sense. And it's the sport that I love that I hate so much because of certain things in it, like we're talking about. We're talking about Dillian Whyte. We're talking about Deontay Wilder, Jason Landers, Wilder the cherry picker. PBC is going to have Andy Ruiz fight Chris Arreola next. You know what? If they do that, I have to counterpunch him, but that would be sad. I'm going to counterpunch him anyway, because that's what I do, but Chris Arreola would be a fucking down spiral. Let me tell you why. Because Adam Kalnaki already beat the shit out of Chris Arreola. So why the fuck would he fight Chris Arreola now? Now, if he fought Adam Kalnaki, that's different. But he ain't fighting Kalnaki because Kalnaki got another easy pick'ems because he ducked Dominique Brazil. So I don't know what the fuck maybe Charles Martin? I don't know. It's crazy. Anolo Kalani. What's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. I am more than prepared to give Wilder all the plaudits when he goes after and beats the best fighters. Andy Cliff, I am too. I'm for you. I'm with you. I'm Team Wilder if he want to fight all these guys and he beats them. With that fucked up ass style, and he knows how to only fight the way he fights because it's him. Awkward as he may be or less skilled or whatever, he's found a way to land that one fucking punch. What could you say about it? You can't say nothing about it. That's the problem. But will he? See, Deontay Wilder gives me so much material to work with. A lot of other fighters too, but Deontay, he's the bitch of the bunch. He'll say shit, do shit, talk shit. But then at the end of the day, what is he doing? What has he really done since 18? The only different fighter, the new fighter he's fought since 18? Wow. Dominique Brazil? That's the only new fighter he's fought in 2 years, people. A lot of people, he's defending it, 10 times. Well, fuck. You have Fury, Ortiz, Brazil, Fury, Ortiz. Fuck, that's 5. So motherfucking 2 years, you fought the same people. You know what I mean? Like it sounds a lot better than it really is, but if you really start looking at it, well, no, you drew, and you didn't even beat Fury. So no, yeah, he's that type of dude that really needs to be. I want him hungry. You know, I want that dude. I want Deontay Wilder to go after everybody the same fucking way. All of them. I want him to be like Roy Jones. I keep telling people. I want him to be like, don't wait, Dillian Whyte. I'm sick of your shit. Don't wait, make the date. Tell Eddie, blue-eyed Eddie, to make the damn date. And we'll knock him out. You and Freddie. Fuck Eddie. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Eddie, Venom Brock. Are you talking about the, Adesanya? Yeah. I'm going to watch that tonight some fucking where. I'm going to go to a sports bar over there. I got to eat first, though. If Wilder's so confident he can bang Whyte out, then why not shut him up by doing that? Giant Joe, I don't know. You know, but it might be arrogance, you know, because, again, if you got a sanctioning body, an organization denying you, guys, let's get those likes up. We got 208 on the chat. Let's get this shit to 208 likes. Let's get it up there. Let's go. But if you got a whole organization that's telling you don't have to fight a person, why would you? Where's the urgency to fight him when Mauricio Sulaiman fucking is not even, he's not even allowing that to happen. And in fact, he orchestrated another motherfucker on the fourth of that list to fight Deontay Wilder just to get knocked out the first round. So that tells you, like, well, fuck, he was going to do that anyway. You know what I mean? And the question is, could he do that to Dillian Whyte? You know? Ruiz versus Parker rematch. Now that could be something. But you know what? That ain't likely either. Why? Because Eddie Hearn would already knew. Eddie Hearn would have done, he would have already told us, no, mate, don't worry. Dillian Whyte, we got Parker fighting Ruiz. God Rock, Osley, peace be within. Thank you, brother. Likewise to you. Joshua Wilder will never happen. Wilder's scared of Joshua. You know, Wilder, I think he knows those guys. See, there's a lot of heavyweights that he won't fuck with. He don't go near, and it's just what it is. And he don't have to. Joshua Little John, what's up, brother? Thank you, brother. I'm just a dude that does the news, and it is what it is. And Tony Dilly, Wilder don't need to fight him, and they won't pay the money for Wilder to consider at this moment. That's just my thoughts. Well, and Tony, no, Deontay Wilder, no, he don't have to fight Dillian Whyte because no one's making him to. Let's just fucking be real. They ain't making him fight him. No, he ain't. Should he fight him? Yeah, he should have fought him a long time ago. But, you know, if you got people saying you don't have to fight him, don't worry about it. Don't worry, you don't have to fight him. That shit, That old talking in the, over the shoulder, in the ear type of shit, yeah, that's what's going on. I would like him to fight Whyte, AJ, Miller, Chisora, all them motherfuckers, Usyk. Because these are the fighters that are around today. And if he beats them all, you know what? Then he will be like Mayweather. And not a second fucking more. Not a second late. Not a second sooner. Let's put it that way. These people on here saying Wilder will KO Whyte easily. If that's the case, why is this moron keep running from him? Look. Wilder is a guy that he's protected, and if you know you have protection, let me give you another example. R. Kelly. If R. Kelly's more than likely guilty, right? I know this is way off subject, but if you think you're untouchable, if you think that nobody's not going to fuck with me, I've done this, I've beat this, I've avoided this for so long, why would I stop doing what I'm doing? Why would I consider stopping it? In Wilder's case, why would he consider fighting when he doesn't even have to fight, when he didn't need to fight, or he avoided the fight? Muhammad Ali, what's up, champ? If Whyte can't get Ruiz fight. He should fight Ortiz, not in only then opt for. Exactly. Muhammad Ali, because regardless of what people say, um, Ortiz looked better. He looked better in shape and younger than he did but the first fight. He looked like a pissed off uncle when he fought Wilder the first time. I'm like, let's cut the shit. Whyte should know where he's at. Whyte should know he's getting fucked over. If Whyte thinks what he's doing works, okay, he should see what happened to him last year. And I keep telling people, if that shit ends up happening, if he ends up going for, let me whistle blow this, let me expose that, let me put the spotlight on this shit here, and something happens to him, what's fucked up and puts him back where he don't want to be, like he was the half part of last year, guess what? We know is the fix is in. We already know that. Ashley Horn. I'm from the UK and I'm a fan of Dillian, but I think Wilder will catch him and knock Dillian clean out. However, I think AJ will knock Wilder out in the fourth or fifth round. Love the channel. Ashley Horn. Great analysis. I mean, that's how you feel. And that could happen. I do like your channel, but Wilder is not a real fighter. He's been ducking too many real fighters. I don't find him. Well, only thing we know, he can hit hard. But if he doesn't knock out the right people, what fucking difference does it make, people? Let's get those likes up. Oh, nice. Meatball J. It was electric in that thing. The electric atmosphere. Oh, that's big, dude. Kurt, have you seen the YB on YouTube? Check him up. I think so. British guy, right? The Bishop of Battle. Wilder can take Fury's punches all night long. Yeah, except in the 12th when he buckled him. I think Fury should have went for the knockout in the 12th round. That would have been amazing if Fury would have came back and fucking blitz him and put the. See, here's the thing about Deontay Wilder. He's not a counterpuncher. That motherfucker is not a counterpuncher. That's the whole thing. He will brace himself for impact. He will put his dukes up when he feels someone's coming in and they're stepping or they're pivoting or they're about to counter something that he's doing and he ain't ready for it. Boom. Assume the position. That's all he's doing. Okay? What do you think of Dillian Whyte threatening to expose? That's what we're talking about. James AMG, sorry. That's what we're talking about. He should do it. Beverage break. Beverage break. Yeah, he should do that. He should absolutely do exactly what he says. Because at this point, it's too far. It's too late for threats. Don't threaten anybody. Just do your shit. Do your business, speak your piece, speak your mind. You know what I mean? Because at this point, if he has to wait to 2021, he should at least expose whoever he needs to expose and say, fuck it, I got nothing to lose. Because at this point, Dillian Whyte really doesn't have anything to lose. He doesn't. Now he could keep doing what he was doing by fighting harder, stiffer competition and getting promised shit that he never got. You know what I mean? Don't you guys find it real strange that he tested positive right after this shit, or it was found out after? Wilder is an all-around waste man. Ruiz versus Ortiz to see who fought the better opponent. All right, whatever. But I don't think that determines that, though. Do you know Fury turned down Hearn when he wanted to sign him because his fights was versus Dillian Whyte and AJ? Well, this is what I do know. Okay, Double A Ron 87. He did turn those fights down, but it was because Tyson Fury wanted 4 tune-ups before fighting any of those guys instead of fighting those guys, and they were like, no. And Anthony Joshua didn't really want that fight until they knew he was in shape to fight. And they wasn't really sure of his condition because of his history. His history was drug abuse and alcohol abuse and mental illness. You don't want to fuck with nobody like that. That's like they didn't want it to be like what's McCoy's that knocked out um he knocked out Lennox Lewis. Oliver McCall? I think it was Oliver McCall. But but what happened in that second fight? Oliver McCall was a mess. Dude came in the ring all crying and shit. Like it was almost like somebody, like he was high, but somebody threatened to kill his family if he didn't get in the ring. That's what it seemed like to me. Like some bullshit went on. Jim Brown, like kicking a puppy. You're wrong, bro. About what? AJ redeemed himself, but Ruiz has fought opposition. Yeah, he has. Usyk Chisora should be fun. Yeah. I hope Wilder puts Fury and his loudmouth father out to graze. That was the strangest fight ever with McCall. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, the rematch was crazy. Oliver, yeah, it was Oliver McCall. I know his last name. I keep forgetting. And McCall was giving Mike Tyson the business back when Mike Tyson was in his prime. So that should let you know something about a focused, non-substance abused Oliver McCall, a clean, sober Oliver McCall. He was a decent fighter. Okay. That's why Wilder picked him first time around. I think after seeing Fury in his last fight has what? Yeah, they thought it was gonna be a joke. They seen old fat ass Fury, bald headed, blubber bellied, and all that shit. All them old big blubbery, jiggly ass love handles and shit. They seen that shit. They were like, I'm gonna knock his ass out to this day. I'm gonna knock him out. And then when Fury came in and gave him all that psychological warfare, that shit fucked with Wilder. Wilder wanted to kill him. I want to body in the ring. I want to take his head off. His family is going to fear for his life. To this day! Getting hit in the head has many repercussions. I think McCall had some mental issues. Yeah, he had mental issues, but I think it was some drugs. It was drugs, Andy. That motherfucker, look, he was... No. Great channel. I feel Wilder's boxing skills are non-existent, basic and at best. But I think when he went back to basics, it was all about lasting, survive, avoid, then send out that right. I mean, that's probably what his plan is the whole time. Let's get those likes up. Let's hit 200 likes in 2 minutes. Let's go. Everybody hit the like button for me. That's appreciating the content. Fury will win this fight. Okay, Gregory Russo, he's counterpunched that. Yeah, drugs, Andy. It's drugs. He was on fucking drugs. And as a matter of fact, I don't even know if he passed that drug test. You know? It looked like he was coming down from something, you know? Remember that shit? Dude, that was crazy as fuck, man. I was like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with him? The ring walk was just insane. What the fuck's wrong with him? Oh, Double A Run 87. Appreciate you, brother. The head is not supposed to be hit. You know? Good things come to those who wait. Vizio. You know it. That's Deontay Wilder. The Alabama sledgehammer. De La Hoya V. Wow. Okay. Finally, one of Fury and Wilder will keep their mouth shut after one of them lose. No. Probably. I don't know. I think if Fury loses, I think Fury will talk more shit. And I could already see that. You know how that shit will go? Let's get those likes up to 200. Let's get those likes up. We're experiencing you in Nigeria when AJ versus Wilder meet. Fight of the jungle. You know what? I want to see that. Toloni. I want to see that. Toloni. I want to see that. I want to see that. because Joshua, I think he's been to Saudi Arabia, he's been to America. I think he needs to come home. You know what I mean? I think because something I never covered, but when Anthony Joshua lost, he was criticized by one of the spectators out there. I don't know if she was part of the press, but she was definitely Nigerian, and she was kind of attacking. And it wasn't no kinda. She was attacking Anthony Joshua. You need to be fair for your people. That shit was. And he kind of laughed it off. But I think he knows because he has roots there. It ain't like Joshua was second generation and ain't never been there. He spent a lot of time there. You know what I mean? Um, I think that he should do more work there. You know what I mean? Because he's second generation, but the first is from Nigeria. So I don't see why that should be a problem. But I think that should be a first priority, and it may be. Love this channel. Would love to see you in person and chat with you. Gregory Russo, counterpunch to you, bro. Hell, anything's possible. Exposaholic. After Wilder beat Fury and Whyte, he will trump AJ resume and will be A-side Wilder versus AJ 2021. Hey, that would be something. Now, that's a good question. Exposaholic. Everybody, do you think that if Wilder beats Tyson Fury, right, knocks out Dillian Whyte, do you think he's still the A-side? Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Alabama Southpaw. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Povetkin would have KO'd Wilder. Wilder couldn't get on that plane fast enough. Meatball J. I don't know, because see, that's a fight that never happened. And I know Wilder wanted that fight or whatnot, and that fight was going to happen due to like drugs, all that shit. It was weird. But then who's to know? Povetkin was younger then, man. That shit was like, what, 16? Quadri, TJ or T-Hey. Love the channel. I've always been a fan. Thank you. Counterpunch to you. Counterpunch, who's your favorite fighter? Man, I don't have a favorite fighter no more. You know what I mean? I don't. I loved Roy Jones because he just looked invincible. And I'm always a fan of, I'm really never really been really big on like the top fighters at the time because I understand the struggle of boxers and boxing overall. And I know what it's like let's take for example, when you had De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley, Felix Trinidad, Fernando Vargas, Ike Corte, when you had these guys that were the best, they were on the top. People forget you had guys below them. Okay, like Antonio Diaz. You had like Mickey Ward. You had Arturo Gatti. You had a lot of fighters back then that fought. Obakar. Just so many different fighters. James Page. You had a lot of fighters back then that those guys still gave great performances. And what I grew up on Tuesday night fights, Friday night fights, okay? ESPN2, USA, back in the day, people. This is early 90s. Early 90s. And I saw some of the best fights I ever saw. We see those top guys dismantle these fighters, but here's the thing. I never really been a big fan of like fighters that fought these guys and just dominated them to the point where I love the sweet science, don't get me wrong, but I never been a fan of someone just beating someone else up. Like, what's the point? Throw the fucking towel in already. Like, what are we looking at? We're looking at a guy getting damaged again and again from punches that he can't see, can't defend. can't counter from, can't do anything with, right? Hold, struggle, try to attack. He's unsuccessful. He gets the same treatment, the same damage, the same punishment. You know, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was right. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing cool about taking punishment. There is not. You know what I mean? So when you do have a fighter and they're not as skillful or defensively sound, you do get good punches on the risk, on the sacrifice that they're going to take punishment. I'll tell you a great fight. Mickey Ward and Emmanuel Burton. Or Emmanuel Augustus. A lot of people know him as Emmanuel Augustus. They call him the Drunken Master. He was from Baton Rouge. If you guys know who he is, if you guys know boxing, you know he had 23 losses, about 25 wins. A lot of those fights could have went either way. He was very sound. He joked. He had his own style. He is a legend in boxing. Was he the champ at one point? I don't even know if he was the champ at one point, but he fought every fucking body. In fact, Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather said he was the best or the toughest fight that he ever been in. And Floyd's been in there with damn near everybody, right? So, I haven't really been fans of a lot of guys. I just know what a person does, know what a person's intentions are, and I go on their actions. I love boxing overall because it's something about a fighter, each and every fighter that I can appreciate, right? Some fighters I don't respect, some I do. Some fighters, the things that they do, I don't respect. Some things they do, and I do respect. So it is what it is. Heard McCall was crying like that because he felt sorry for his opponent. Basically, he was gonna do to Los Feliz brand. I don't know about that shit. KCB. McCall had been on a 3-week crack bender before a rematch. KCB, I believe that shit. That looks like some fucking drug use. I was high on a kite, now I'm fucking coming down and falling from grace. That's what it reminded me of. Yeah. Spreading the word for counterpunch boxing since day one in the UK. You promised me a blue spanner. Promised me a blue spanner next chat. All right, Meatball J. Inbox me your info, and then I'll send you a shirt. Yep. Please do your Fury voice. Plus minus. Tyson Fury. Okay, yeah. You know I was going to do this anyway, plus minus. Here's for you. Let's say Tyson Fury loses. What are you going to say about that, Tyson Fury, that you just took the first loss of your career? Well, like I said, I fought the best and most fiercest puncher in the history of sport, and I was the one that did it. I thought I won the first fight. I think we need to do it again, because I think I am the Gypsy King, and I took it one way. I beat him the first time. That didn't work for the judges, so I tried to go right at him and see what happened. This is what happened when you fight the first and the hardest puncher in world's history in boxing. There's Tyson Fury. If Fury loses, he retires, period. Well, fuck it. Let him move. Let him go. Let him go. Fuck it. 18, Fury came back. 19, Andy Ruiz was emerged. How do you reckon McCall would stand up to Wilder's right? McCall would have got knocked out, too. Andy Ruiz is my favorite voice, Kurt. Yeah, Andy Ruiz, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing right now. Dillian Whyte, he might be on that shit. I don't know. I think he was fat the last time. He was bigger than me. I seen him. I seen a little bit of him. He looked fat. He looked like a black Pillsbury dope boy from Michelin Man. He looked fucking bad. But, I don't want to fight. I want the fucking money. Give me the beer. I want the fucking money. Even Wilder would be able to KO McCall. Even Wilder wouldn't be able. Okay. Oliver has hands like catcher's mitts. No, I don't think he is. Fury said he'd only fight in Vegas for the last 3 fights. Now, if he wins this, do you think AJ I mean, he should. Why not? And not because Lennox Lewis wants him to. I think he should fight simply because, for one, he owes it to the American fans. You can't forget about your American fans just because you went back to, or you not didn't return for your rematch. Because people forget, Anthony Joshua made a big stink over here. He made a big buzz and a big stink. He sold out Madison Square Garden with Jarrell Miller. He got stopped by another fighter. He has to redeem himself. Did he get the belts back? Yep. Did he get them in LA? Nope. Or USA? Nope. He needs to do that. I think that's a good idea. You know, because people are going to think exactly what Kubrat Pulev said yesterday. You're comfortable with fighting at home. You know. But anyway, Deontay is D-side to this day. Damn, fanboy. Give him more credit than that. Not D-side. Metal Box J. Oh, metal box, not meatball. Not beatball. Did I say fucking meatball? I'm sorry. I'm fucking hungry. Probably. Metal Box J. My bad, man. I might be hungry. I think the B-side is bitch left over from the Mayweather era. And also resume talk. This is one of the main reasons we haven't got Ortiz, Dillian Whyte. We haven't got Joshua out. No, who puts more asses in the seats? That's what the A side versus B side means. Who's more marketable? Who sells the most tickets? Who gets paid the most money? That's all it means. It don't mean who's better, who's the better fighter. Don't mean who's the champ. It don't mean shit. Ask Canelo and Golovkin. Golovkin had fucking 3 of them damn belts. 3 of them fucking belts. He had every one except the WBO, I think. He had all the other ones. He was in the same position that Joshua was in when he fought Canelo. Facts. And it didn't matter. It did not matter if he had those belts, if he was champ, if he was undefeated. None of that shit mattered. Canelo has been beat. Canelo had no belts, but Canelo made the most money because Canelo sold the most tickets because Canelo was the cash cow. So Canelo is the A side. So let's stop the bullshit with Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury with their fucking undefeated records. It don't fucking matter. None of that does. Counterpunch, people. Counterpunched. It don't matter. You tell that shit to someone like Canelo and Joshua, them motherfuckers gonna look at you and laugh. Like, motherfuckers, I'm not gonna give you too much money. You know what I mean? Like, I think Canelo forked out a large amount of money, to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Kovalev. But why? Those guys, Julio Cesar Chavez, he's second generation, so he has a name. Let's be real. Kovalev, he was the champ at that weight class, right? And he's known, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. These guys need to understand what is what. Boxing is a business. Let's stop. And see, here's the thing I don't like about these other channels and stuff. They keep feeding people the same shit. And they keep feeding them the same shit. And the more you hear something, I guess the more you want to believe it. That's why you have to have a balance of resistance to tell you no. This is how I think. And this is what else they ain't telling you. Because it ain't what they're saying. It's what they ain't saying. Counterpunch, does Wilder have a lot of fans in America? I mean, you know what? I think Wilder has a lot of black fans in America. He has more than he did a couple years ago. So he really didn't have a fan base. Midnight in England, I'm out. Counterpunch to you and your subscribers, Kurt. Thank you. Metal Box J. Ben Campbell. A-side will always be AJ. More belts, more top 10 opponents. If all Wilder wanted was the A-side, would be A-side, he should have started to collect the belts sooner. Ben Campbell, absolutely. Absolutely. Soul Boy 1970. What's up, brother? Love from the UK. Much love. Valid against Provectin. Wilder don't like it close. That's Provectin's game. He didn't fall. He didn't fail. He won $3 million in court against Wilder. See that all that shit there was real nasty. And the way Povetkin fights, he's a guy that needs to get on the inside, so he's going to fight himself way to get on the inside. But taking a punch from Wilder, would that mean he would do that? Because Wilder sees all that shit. You'll see a short guy coming at you and throwing punches. And let's just be real, but the mid-range, if Povetkin can get to him and can hit him and hurt him like Ortiz did. One thing we know about Wilder, he can be hurt, he can be rocked. He got rocked in his not his last two fights. Well, the two fights before that. All of his fights in 2018, he was rocked. Counterpunch: if AJ Fury, Wilder, Dillian doesn't fight before you die, will you be disappointed, feel robbed? Fuck yeah, Double A Ron 87. Like I shared with you guys, I had a first cousin. I grew up with this guy. He's 6 months older than me. We talked about boxing day in, day out for hours at a time. A lot of times he was right. Sometimes I was right. Sometimes I was wrong. Sometimes he was wrong. But nonetheless, we had boxing debates. And honestly, if he was alive, because he died in 2013, but if that brother was alive, if my cousin Edkert was alive, he would probably be right here right now. We'd be talking about boxing, you know what I mean, and sharing this together, because I love another perspective, another opinion. If all of us thought the same, this would be kind of boring. You know what I mean? But we seen the Pacquiao Mayweather build up. We shared that shit together from 2009, 10, 11, 12. He got married in 2012. Then 13, he dies. He dies at the ass end of 13. Then 14, then they fight in 15. So he died waiting for that shit. So yeah, I'd feel disappointed. Fuck yeah, I'd feel robbed. Hell yeah, Double A Ron 87. Andy Cliff, I like Marciano and Lennox. Not that I'm old enough to have seen Marciano. It is what it is. You could dig up his fights. Marciano had the will of iron. He was a small guy with a big punch and a big heart and a good chin. He didn't have the best fucking chin. He had thin skin, people. But Rocky Marciano was a guy that refused to lose. But he was in an era that was perfect for him, that made his legacy. That was his one thing, his legacy, his era, the people that he was fighting. The best fighter that he could really fight besides Jersey Joe Walcott and the old mongoose Archie Moore was an old, tiring, over-the-hill Joe Louis. Okay? And Joe Louis fucking gave him problems in that fight. People don't understand that shit too. Joe Louis was 38, 39 years old when he fought a young-ass Rocky Marciano. History lesson. But anyway, and here's the thing. Rocky Marciano didn't want to fight Joe Louis, but he knew he had to. He didn't want to fight him. Anyway. But he knew he didn't want to take on guys like Floyd Patterson that hit harder. Well, did he hit harder than Joe Louis? Not hit harder than Joe Louis. He was just younger. Ingemar Johansson was another guy, dangerous guy with a good left hook. You had fucking Sonny Liston. Guy like Sonny Liston, I'm sorry, guys. I like Rocky Marciano only in his era. But if he would have stepped his ass over in the 60s, he would have got fucking molested with punishment. Okay? Those guys would have beat the shit out of him. He would have had a decent fight for a little bit with Floyd Patterson. The peekaboo style would have destroyed him. Just the styles. But he discerned, I can't fuck with those people. If Joe Louis can't do that with me, why I'm going to try that with them? Real point. You know what I'm saying? I used to like watching the late Tommy Morrison fight. Tommy Morrison was a beast too. You know what I mean? And honestly, I found out about him when me and my dad went to see Rocky V. I didn't know who he was. Is he a real fighter? You know what I mean? We had to find out that way, that he was a real fighter. Look at it. And then really Tommy Morrison was a pretty good actor in that fight. He was pretty much playing himself. I'm from Oklahoma, man. I'll just try to pay my way. You know what? I want you to train me. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no family. Then help me, man. I want to help you. Rocky Balboa. I want to be just like you, Rocky Balboa. I want to be just like you. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no place to stay. I got 100 places to stay. I can find me a place to stay. Rocky Balboa. I want to be like you, man. Tommy Gunn, baby. Hell yeah. Well, James Buddy McGirt, Kell Brook flattened DeLuca with a jab. Damn. Hell yeah, 90s boxing was the best. Hell yeah, Sam Squatch Revere. That, the music, all that shit. I don't want to get into the music. I got sad thinking about the era of hip hop and shit like that and other, you know what I mean? Like that era. They had the New Jack Swing at the beginning or whatever, but boxing, yes, boxing was very, very alive at that point. You had a lot of great boxers at that time. Tommy Gunn. You damn right, Tommy Gunn. You know? Let's see. The fans, the drunken master was the truth. Hell yeah, he was the truth. Emmanuel Augustus, he's still alive. Some fighters are best when they are busted up. It brings out the monster. That's true. That is very true. The fans want that. However, getting hit and feeling that stunned effect ain't fun. Nassim Ahmed versus Kevin Kelly was a great fight. Yep. Kevin Kelly, I'm gonna knock you out. that damn Prince Nassim Ahmed. Gregor was Floyd's toughest. Yeah, right. Okay. James Buddy McGirt versus Simon Brown. Ricky Torre. Oh shit. Simon Brown, that was a hell of a fight. Wilder wanted to give up Fury, step aside money. Not so long ago. Now his energy has shifted. Since AJ got his groove back, just saying. Reds 1470. You fucking A. You see how that works? Yeah. The energy. Look. Wilder, if he knocks out Fury, I don't want to hear shit else about what rights do you have to right wrong. Okay? So, AJ's the next Kell Brook. Eddie Hearn will tarnish his career. Really? I don't know about that. Because I think AJ is proving himself as not a one-trick pony or a guy that was all hype, because he did beat the guy that's supposed to beat him. And he did it in a way for 12 rounds, and he showed you, I can beat him up and I can outbox him for 12 rounds. I was in prison with him in Sweet Pea. KCB, you was in prison with who? This is getting deep. That's a terrible impression, Counterpunch. Which impression? The Bob Arum impression is on point. That was horrendous. Which one, Shane? Mike, MC? If he loses, then he'll have no excuses. The better man won. Was the Emperor Palpatine. I don't know what that is. Your Bob Arum voice is always on point. Eating. You sound like a British Hulk Hogan with the Tyson Fury impersonation. Yeah. Oh yeah. Want to be in the Macho Man's corner. Vizio McCall has a granite chin. Okay. Where would Wilder rank if he was British? I have no idea. I don't know. But if he wouldn't be with Hearn. He'd more likely be with Frank Warren. KCB, thank you, brother. I try to be, do what I do when I can do it. Andy Ruiz eating like no to brawl. I can't stop. I want another taco. This shit's so good. This grana asada is so good. Fuck, let me get another one. Get some more beans. Give me another fucking Corona. And I don't mean the virus and all that funny shit either. Andy Ruiz is a rabbit punching cheat. John Lai. Yeah. That's something I counterpunched in the first fight. How do I get a counterpunch shirt? Gregory Russo. You can buy one. Matter of fact, I just got a new shipment in, but they're really made to order. I like to wear them me personally myself when I work out and stuff like that. So, hit me up on Instagram. I think that's the best way. Instagram is probably the best way. And then I'll send you one. Kurt, you need to play Death Stranding. Kojima new game. You know you like Metal Gear and try Death. Oh shit. Dan, for real? Send me a link to that shit, man. I'll check it out. I love gaming. If I ain't gaming or slamming, watching boxing, shit, I love gaming, man. Only gypsies love Fury in in England. David Tua would have walked through all Wilder's right hands like a champ. Vizio, you know what would have happened? Wilder would have broke his fucking hand on Tua's head. Yep. And the thing is, I think Wilder would have been destroyed by Tua. To this day, he would have been destroyed by Tua. I'm going to tell you why. Tua's a shorter fighter. Tua would have found out this motherfucker has no jab. He don't jab like Lennox Lewis. See, Lennox Lewis, with every step in Tua took, Lewis had 2 jabs. He's stepping in, jab. He's stepping again, jab. He's stepping again, jab. He's the left hook, right hand, left hook, hold, repeat the process. That's all Lennox Lewis did. He paced him. He paced him with the footing. Okay, his distance. Every time Tua came in, bobbing and weaving a little shit, he did hair all over his fucking face. I don't know if he could knock out Tua, but if he knocked out Tua, that would be something impressive. But you know what I mean? Then we'll know that's what it is. But Tua's from a different era. Let's be real. Tua is 46 years old now. He's probably 300 pounds and fucking 5'8". Shit, we don't know what fuck Tua's doing. Tua's an island boy. Islands love to eat, bro. I know them. I've been close to them. I was raised with a lot of, South Pacific Islanders. Guam. Tonga. Hawaii. The Marshall Islands. Those type of spam, macaroni with mayonnaise. Why not? You know what I mean? Stew fowl. If you guys know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, okay. Adobo, chicken adobo, pork adobo. I know how to cook all that shit. Okay? So, yes, they eat. So, Tua's probably eating his ass off right now. That was the problem with the Lennox Lewis fight. He came in too big. He just came in too big. Come to England. Dillian is number 1. I'm going to come to England, and I'm going to counterpunch everyone. I am going there. You and Showbiz are my go-to channels. Alabama Southpaw. Yeah, Showbiz is the man. I like Showbiz. I like his content. I like the energy. I like his originality. He's a good cat. You know what I mean? Dubois has never fought any good fighters. Well, he's about to fucking fight Joe Joyce. So it is what it is. So I think this is the ride or die fight for Dubois. This is the coming out fight for Dubois. So Dubois needs to do that. AJ versus Usyk is equal to Kell Brook versus Triple G. I don't know about that shit now, Exposaholic. AJ's career will be tarnished if he loses to Usyk or never fight Wilder. Look, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with AJ's career. AJ has already done enough to retire right now. He has. He's unified the fucking belts. He's lost them. He's got them back. He sent offers to a guy that doesn't want to fight or doesn't want the offers because he wants more money because he's being greedy or whoever's being greedy. Okay? And he's done so much more than the 2 fighters that's fighting in 2 weeks. So let's be real, man. Joshua does not need a Deontay Wilder no more. That's a fight I want to see just because I'm a boxing fan, but he don't need him. Just like Floyd really didn't need Manny Pacquiao, but Floyd made more money off the Pacquiao fight and the McGregor fight that he ever made from a lot of his career. Think about it. He made this and that, 6 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. But he did not make that 100 million, that 300 million, that 150 million. He didn't make that. Okay? Joshua don't need any fucking money. So it ain't about that. It's just like, look, Wilder has that dude. He needs to prove because he's the one with the shitty resume as Sposeaholic. How can you overlook that? Deontay Wilder's resume is trash, dude. Wilder's resume is trash. It is. Let's just be real. It's trash. It's got better in the last 2 years, but what he's done in the last 2 years is fight the same motherfuckers. Like, fight two other different people, please, for the love of God. Here's my thing. If Deontay pulls some old bullshit like fight Ortiz for the third time, I'm already convinced. Motherfucker, you are the rematch king. And you ain't trying to fight nobody else because you're trying to hold on to something that someone's allowing you to hold on to. And that's the WBC and all that bullshit. They're allowing those fights to happen. They allow those fights. They greenlight those fights. Who greenlit Ortiz 2? Come on, man. Who greenlit them motherfuckers? Al Heyman. Because, hey, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So they knew, well, shit, I knocked him out one time. Shit, he's even older this time. I'm going to knock his ass out again. What you think that'll mean? Why do you think Deontay Wilder is so cool and calm about this fight? Because he knows I can knock this motherfucker out, and I can, and I'm going to do it this time. This time, I'm going to have a referee that has a fucking fast count. You guys got to think about this now. Let's think. Let's be real. You might have a fucking ref if Fury goes down 5. This motherfucker go down, he start at 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know that shit they do, just fucking try to hold them and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, look, let's just be real. Let's just be real about this shit. You know, James Kelly, counterpunch to you. Thank you for the super chat. I like Deontay Wilder, but he has to knock Fury out to win. That's what he plans to do anyway. You don't gonna hate on another boxer to make your boxer look better. No, you don't. No, you don't. You sure don't. I agree. Whoa, did that. Oh, but wait a minute. AJ, back to you as Sposeaholic. Hold on. AJ fighting Usyk is equivalent to Triple G fighting Kell Brook? What the fuck? No, because Kell Brook was at 147. He wasn't at 154. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you comparing that shit? Now we can compare Kell Brook coming up to fight Triple G to Amir Khan fighting fucking Canelo. That's more comparable than what the comparison you put up. You know, but I get it. I get it. You know, I understand it. You know what I mean? Amazing man. Glad to share your point of view with the rest of us. Alex Jovkic. Thank you. What it do? Kurt, keep up the great channel. World-class channel. Thank you. Mick Chunu. Cheesy bean and rice burritos suck. Yeah, it gives you the shits, Harry Oranges. Gives you the bad fucking Hershey squirts. That's tough. I don't like it either. Jedi Master, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. James Kelly Morrison was John Wayne's great nephew. I didn't fucking know that. You know, hey, it is what it is. Cooner Punch Boxing, Tarl Knox. Man, fuck you. Fuck you, Tarl Knox. How about that? Go fuck yourself. T Street Cooniversary. Oh, really? Oh, now you're talking about T Street. Fuck you. That's my boy. You know what I mean? You want bigotry? You want tribalism? You go to fuck over there, Tarl Knox. In fact, somebody get these cocksuckers out of here. Call Tarl Knox. Go away. Somebody get him the fuck out of here. I don't want to even deal with a cocksucker like that. Kurt, what's your prediction for Wilder versus Fury 2? Man, I already predicted it. It could go two ways. No, Tommy Gunn's impression was great. Tony C, thank you. I like that movie. Rocky V is a good movie. All impressions are decent enough. Thank you. First name, last name. Excellent question. Bob and Tyson's impressions are on point. Do you think Fury will rely go for the knockout? Whoa, did that in boxing. The fighter has his ears boxed off and keeps missing. He loses the round. Eddie Hearns. Can I get a clear answer on why the PBC fighters won't go to the zone and get the real money? Because that look, it's about pride, man. They ain't trying to admit that somebody white is running that shit in the USA. Because a lot of that shit is based on tribalism and racism. You know, that's it. You know. Eddie Hearn impression. I don't really have an Eddie Hearn impression, really. I don't, he's not. I don't have really good British impressions. No heavyweight resume is better than AJ's. No, that's true. People forget Brock fought Triple G and then Spence after getting stabbed and nearly dying in Spain. Great show. I'm from London, and thank you. Are the honest. Big up. Thank you. Be real. Name any heavyweight close to AJ's resume. I mean, close. I don't know. It's a good question. Great work, Kurt. Even though I think you give Luis Ortiz too much credit, the dude achieved nothing as an amateur or pro, fought no one. Victor Duro. Well, he fought Wilder. Then who Wilder fought before that? But at least Luis Ortiz fought Brian Jennings, and Brian Jennings is a tough competitor. Not as massive, but he is a decent competitor. He fought Klitschko, he fought Ortiz, he fought Oscar Rivas. You know, and he fought also Joe Joyce. And a lot of people kind of side-eyed that decision. So, it was a pretty good fight. Any news on Yardy fight tonight? I don't know. I probably will counterpunch it later because I'm about to drink another Presidente and then go to eat because I'm hungry as shit. Usyk could possibly beat AJ and would definitely beat Wilder. I don't know about that. Fanboy killer because styles make fights. He might get the best of AJ just like Andy Ruiz did because of the way AJ fought. Usyk will stay mid-range, get inside, like Pacquiao did De La Hoya. It could happen. Kurt, why don't Ortiz fight Klitschko? What? He's old enough to have fought him. What amateur competition did he win? Okay, Victor Duro. Or Duru. First of all, the WBA, okay? The WBA strap was up for the Joshua and Klitschko. Luis Ortiz was promised a mandatory. That's what happened. Luis Ortiz was promised a mandatory to fight the winner out of that too. But Klitschko had a rematch clause, which he pondered on. He sat on for a while, but Ortiz tested positive. He tested positive, and he was stripped from the WBA rankings. That's what happened. But he was supposed to fight the winner of those two. That's facts. You can look it up. So, Kurt Hughes Fury's resume is better than Tyson's. Yeah, he's fought Povetkin. He's fought, Dave Allen? He's fought some people. Fair enough, bro. Makes sense. Usyk has done nothing in heavyweight. No, he's not done nothing in heavyweight, but he's in a position where he can do a lot in the heavyweight division. Yeah, they did avoid Ortiz at the beginning. Joe Joyce to be one of them. Why didn't he fucking fight Ortiz? See, he mentioned Ortiz, then Ortiz came after his ass, and then Abel Sanchez was like, no, not this guy. And I was like, okay, I thought that was weird. And in fact, they had a Joe Joyce versus Ortiz standoff. Remember that? You guys forget about that shit because those guys were on the undercard of Wilder and Fury 1. Yeah. Can you give my friend Tyrion Bowling a shout out as he does not believe you are live? Okay, Tyrion Bowling, shout out to you. Counterpunch to you. Byron Newton, you welcome. Record R for DJ. Usyk hasn't shown he is a championship caliber yet. Why all the praise? No, he's just shown that in the cruiserweight division. WBC cleared Ortiz. WBA banned Ortiz. Yep. They decided to do something else, but the WBA is the rankings that he was actually mandatory on. Is fighting that, because it was for that same strap that they were fighting for. Klitschko and Joshua were fighting for that strap. He was the mandatory. Okay, so even it was at a point where Ortiz told Anthony Joshua that the step aside money is not, your money's no good here, but that was right before the fucking drug test. So it could have went that way. Usyk is too small. Tablespoon came forward on him all night and quit due to fatigue. Tablespoon. Remember when Ortiz bottled it versus Whyte? Are you watching John Jones fight? Hell yeah, I'm watching it, David Grace. Damn right. Jackie Jackson, all this resume talk is nonsense. I think I see these fighters struggling with their tune-up. Got your tune-up opponent out there? Yeah. Yeah, I just did one on Anthony Yard. He's officially on the redemption list, people. It is what it is. Can you swing Dillian Whyte impression, brother? You're talking rubbish. See you in Argos. No, I can't do him. Wilder beating Fury and Whyte will give him a better resume than AJ. Okay. Fuck. Fury just beat who? Who the fuck did Fury beat, really? Who did he beat, really? Come on now, let's be real. Who did fucking Fury beat besides Klitschko? Take that away. Who you got? Cunningham? Fucking Chisora? Who else? Come on now. We gotta break that shit down. We can't be biased. Zane the Pain. Yep, on Showtime. People are acting like Fury can't beat Wilder. I mean, he outboxed Wilder. But if he's going all kamikaze and shit, I'll fight you, you fucking bum. You Dulce. Boom! Oh. You know what I mean? Bomb squad! It's over. Himself, he tried to knock himself out. Yeah, he did. That uppercut. That shit was funny as shit. What would have been funnier? If he'd have uppercutted himself and knocked his fucking self out. Well, I said Hughes got a better resume. Bathroom break. Be right back, peoples. Okay, good peoples, welcome back to the saga between Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, and Deontay Wilder. Now the question is, I have for you guys, do you think Dillian Whyte is bluffing? Do you think he actually has something? And if he does, do you think he's going to use it? Because you ask yourself, if he's threatening to do so, why isn't he promising to do it? Silverback, Sissoni, hello from Ireland. Counterpunch to you. Come on, Counterpunch. Video tomorrow. Huey Fury has a better resume than Tyson. You know what? I'll do that. Why not? Let's get those likes to 200. We're at 125. We're doing a great job over here. Jim, he doesn't seem that type to bluff. Well, he needs to just bring that shit out then. You know, maybe he's like the warning before disaster. You know, like I'm coming for you. Hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me. Yeah, that's Tombstone. That's a good movie. I don't think he is Kai Johnson. I think he's just. I think he thinks he's better than him. If I was him and I had facts, I would use them. Good counterpunch, Andy. So, hey, he needs to bring it out more so. Let's not talk anymore about Fury and his right hand. Okay, come on, counterpunch. Ortiz only started talking after Pulev pulled out. Yeah, I want Ortiz to fight someone worth a damn. I don't want it to be 3 years from now, you know. Oh, Gary Russell Jr. I like Gary Russell Jr. You know he's one of the fastest fighters in boxing history. You know that, right? Who's the greatest heavyweight of today's era? We don't know that, Kai. We have no fucking way of knowing who's the greatest heavyweight. We know who's perceived to be the greatest heavyweight, but we don't know. Let's just be real about that shit. The more people with this politics and hey, yeah, this guy is the best. Well, has he fought everyone? No, but see, he ain't been defeated. That what makes him the best. No, it don't. It don't make him the fucking best because he's never been beat. That means nothing. Look at his opposite. Look at Dillian Whyte. Okay? Dillian Whyte ain't never been a champion. Fought every fucking body damn near. Versus Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has fought a bunch of motherfuckers, but nobody at the same time. But he doesn't have a defeat. So people look at that, casuals and, you know, the people above Wilder and that whole fucking Floyd Mayweather doctrine shit. They're going to look at him more marketable than the person that has been in there and has tasted the fire, because that person that has done that has taken a mark from that fire because he knows what it's like to be beat because he's fought the best people. You know? Never been beat, never been challenged. There you go, Andy. Fucking great counterpunch. Fucking great counterpunch, man. Yeah, he ain't been beat because he ain't been challenged. Awesome. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Counterpunch to you, Andy Clift. Because it's like that, you know. It's like, hey, you know, well, I never will try, and if I don't try, I never will fail. Yeah. No. That ain't how it works. Counterpunch, Joseph Parker is hardly the best. No, but shit. He beat the guy that was considered one of the best. And obviously, he put himself in that pound for pound, in that argument. You know, that's why Andy Ruiz is number one on the list, because he has the more to do. He's the ex-unified champion. That's why he's. Yeah, that's that FGS Gino 85 WB. Yeah, World Boxing Super Series. They need that shit. Deontay Wilder should get back with his opponent. I mean his old promoter. I don't know who the fuck Dillian Whyte is. It seems to me like Dillian Whyte's fighting Povetkin. They keep talking about that fight. So, it is what it is. I like Parker. I hope he keeps improving. He speaks well and respectful. Yeah, he's respectful. He's cool, you know. But at the end of the day, he was beat. He got that strap taken from him. So, you know, it is what it is. Let it be what it is. You know. How do you feel about Fury being 270 pounds? I think it will help him lean on Wilder. Well, yeah, lean on Wilder and then lean into Wilder with them fucking punches. And look, that's the same tactic that Andy Ruiz did with Anthony Joshua. He put on that excess weight. They just overdid it. They thought more weight, the more power. I'm gonna eat these fucking tostadas and I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm gonna drink this Corona and Dos Equis and Modelo Especial. I'm gonna drink all this shit, man, because it's gonna give me power from the raza. Shit, we're gonna fuck him up. Man. I'm gonna go over there and take this money, and then we're gonna fuck. I don't care if I'm 300 pounds, eh? I'm gonna go over there and fuck up Anthony Joshua. You can't take my punch, eh? I don't think he's a good fighter. I think he's just bluffing. He's just tall muscles. That's it. He's a robot. White. Whyte versus Ruiz would be explosive. Yeah, that would be a fucking good fight. Imagine them two right now, two fat ass walruses. One dark walrus versus one fucking almond covered brown walrus. And them motherfuckers just fighting. Two fat motherfuckers, fucking scrapping, Ruiz versus Kalnaki, fight of the fatties. Yeah, them motherfuckers are fat. Swinging and shit with fucking four hands. No, wait, those are not forearms. Those are titties. Crazy. Hendricks Brown, counterpunch from New Zealand. Counterpunch to you, brother. Never wanted Vitale, never wanted Vlad. But Vetkin was ducked. Parko unification was not made. Martin wanted Wilder. Wilder said he had other obligations. It is what it is. Whyte doesn't look good against anyone. Any of these guys is average. I'm going to give you the same inside news. If Wilder fight Ruiz, he will never fight Whyte. He will get a friend to only fight big fights. No. He needs to fight big fights or bigger fights than he has been fighting, honestly. Whyte will spank Ruiz and Ortiz. Who's Rivas? Okay, Scans France. That's Oscar Rivas. He beat Rivas in the amateurs. He beat Brian Jennings. He fought Dillian Whyte, dropped him, but lost a 12th round decision. He was undefeated from Colombia by way of, I think, Canada. Obviously, you never saw Whyte versus Parker, Whyte versus Chisora, Whyte versus Joshua fights. Great fights. I don't know. I've seen all of them, and they were good fights. Rivas beat Pulev. Rivas and Fury in the amateurs. Great background. Look, Rivas is not over, and a guy like that will end up knocking all these motherfuckers out. With his style, his stocky build and shit like that, And then he'll beat guys that's over Whyte. And then everybody will be like, wow, how did he do it? Styles make fights, people. Keep trying to tell your ass that. He could KO Wilder. He could. But Wilder, let me tell you something, man. People don't respect Wilder's punching power. They get in there and they fuck with him. And then they stop respecting it because they see that the skill, like this motherfucker's doing so many different things wrong. This dude ain't gonna hit. Bam! You know? Samuel. Yeah, yeah. Old Andy Ruiz. Yeah, he's a trip. You know what? I would like to see Oscar Rivas and Andy Ruiz. That would be a good fucking fight. You know? Who has Wilder fought? Who has power though? Nobody. Can you do a Mike Tyson impression? I think that all these fighters are not fighting each other. I think that Deontay Wilder's a good fighter, but he's not fighting nobody. This fat little tubby dude. I think, what's his name? It's different. It's different. He can do better than that. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. I just think he's better. I think he punches people. They see stars and green clovers and stuff, but he needs to fight someone. He ain't fighting nobody. Yeah, that's what I see. Do you think AJ is scared of Wilder's power? Corey Taylor, I think he respects it more than anybody else. I think Anthony Joshua approaches the power of Wilder like Oscar De La Hoya approached Felix Trinidad's left hook. Fanboy killer, appreciate it, man. You know, you know what, man? Mike Tyson was in an interview, bro, and that shit was so phenomenally funny because um it was a trip because is a banger, okay? Because this guy was like, what do you think about or campaign or the you seeing the mayor and being meeting up with a convicted rapist? How do you think that it makes him feel if some people might say that it might affect his campaign, or damage his campaign just for that? What do you say to that? And fucking Tyson, well, I never heard that. You the first one I heard that say, you know what I mean? And I think you're a piece of shit for doing that. Whoa, 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 Mike. No, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. That shit happened a long time ago. I met the mayor and nobody can do nothing about it. He tried to change it. So, well, what do you think? Do you think you're on camera, you're on stage show? Is it more nerve wracking on stage or in the ring? Yeah, it's more nerve wracking being around a rat piece of shit like you. No, you're a rat piece of shit. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, man, Mike. I love Mike, dude. I always did. I always fucking loved Mike. When Mike was children, I was like, go fucking Mike, fuck Lennox Lewis, because he was that dude that people paid to see because nobody knew what he was going to do. He might get fined, he might do this, people are gonna go to see those fucking fights. If after he bit off ear, he became that guy. Yes, Jim Brown, he gives no fucks. He don't care. And since he got older, he really doesn't give a shit because there's nothing to really, and I don't even think he really did that then. He was kind of like, if you talk to Mike, he's kind of processing shit, as and it's how it's coming to him. It's how it feels when you're talking to him. If you're talking to him fucked up, he's going to come back at you fucked up. You might not intended that. If you try some most sly ass, what do you call it? Subtle shit or subtle ass comments, that's what you're going to get. Like that reporter got. He got headbutted, so be bit, normal weight, work day. Hell yeah, Spiker Han. See, what people don't know, Evander Holyfield did that shit to Mike Tyson in the first fight. Yeah, it's an old interview, Guitars for You. That shit's still classic, though. He will share what's smooth with that headbutt. Holyfield. Love the documentary with Mike Tyson and Holyfield on the couch together. Great insights into what really went on. Look, I'm going to tell you, for every action, there's an equal reaction. Okay? Holyfield is a warrior. Holyfield is one of the best heavyweight boxers that we have of the last past era. And I think he's done a lot of accomplishments. I respect his fight, his work ethic. You know, Alexander Usyk wants to be like him. Why not? But I also know people have habits. I also know people have tendencies to do certain things, especially when they're in battle. And when Holyfield was in battle, Holyfield used to headbutt people. Holyfield gave them his holy fucking head. He did that with a lot of people, not just Mike. Okay? But he knew how to mix it up. 1, 2, 3, lean in. 1, 2, 3, lean in. 1, 2, 3. You know, people know where you're going to lean into certain shots. So say you take a left hook, right? And a person weaves. You take a left hook and you go to that side, you're going to and you don't have to make it blatant. You know, Holyfield had a fucking art to it. Had this big boulder ass head, and he threw savage shots to the body and to the head. He still fought you. He's just gonna fight you with a weapon that you don't expect. That's that headbutt. Okay, so that's what happened. Holyfield was the second best of his era. Shame the drug issues clouded it. Well, Kurt, what do you do to make of the women's boxing? You know what? I don't follow that. I let Jules follow that from Ring IQ. I let him do that. I listen to that just to keep. I don't follow it. Now, if it's Clarissa Shields, Amanda Nunes, something like that. Now, if my baby, if my sister, you know, Leia Ali, if she was still fighting, I would be doing it. But you know, or you know, Ann Wolf. There's nobody really interesting to me now. I know that might sound kind of chauvinist or like, but I don't really. It doesn't interest me right now. You know. But FSS Gino 85, if you want to see some good boxing women's commentary, please go to Ring IQ. That's the place to go. You know. And he actually amplifies it because he knows that not enough people are talking about women's fighting. Maybe one day I might, you know, but I want to clearly know about something. And then the interest has to be in there because it's not like I go and study a lot of stuff. Certain things I might look up on, but this comes from right here. So if it's not right here, it's not right here. And it's not right here right now. I remember fighters, Lucille Riker, Christy Martin. That's when I looked at boxing. I looked at women boxing rather. And and there was some good fights because women fights are very, very exciting and they're very entertaining. Okay. So, you know, I'm just thankful that these guys or these girls or these women or these ladies, you know, these boxers, these female boxers, I'm glad that none of them have lost their life in the ring yet. Do you think Canelo Alvarez will ever lose again? And if so, when? Connor Boyd, nope. He's going to go undefeated. I mean, sorry. He's going to go with one loss. Can't enjoy watching women getting busted up. Felix Trinidad, Triple G. Man, I used to go for Golovkin, but you know what? Now I would actually go for Trinidad. You know why I'd go for Trinidad? Because Golovkin is a good fighter with a good jab. It would be a good fight. But the heavy hands that Trinidad has, he catches Golovkin with the left. One left it will hurt Golovkin, but it won't put him down. But many lefts will. Do you think AJ will work on his movement for the Wilder fight? Corey Taylor. He should. Now, could he beat him without it? We don't know. I thought about that too. Real talk. Connor Boyd counterpunched you. I thought about that because you know these fighters don't know how to fucking move their head no more. They're kind of thinking they either move straight back or try to do lateral movement or stay out of distance of those punches. So they think as long as I do that, I'm okay. But no, you have to have head movement. It's crazy. You're coming right up the center line and somebody boom, 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 boom. You know, you're sitting right there. You're in the line of attack. Tito was a badass in a generation of badasses. Yes, he was. He fought Trinidad. I mean, he fought Roy Jones and he fought Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins beat him for the first time. And you know what? Roy wanted that though. Roy wanted to fight Tito. You know what that have done for Roy's resume if he'd have fought Trinidad before Bernard Hopkins did? You know, he couldn't get past Bernard, man. Bernard did it. Another head bunting, dirty ass fighter from fucking Philly. We fight with sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. Hardcore, Bernard the Executioner Hopkins. Fight with sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. Yeah, Philadelphia is tough and rough, man. You know, Canelo nailed Triple G with many big shots, and he had little impact along with everyone else. The man's head is a rock. I don't see Trinidad stopping him, in my opinion. I don't know. Because I think Trinidad will. He probably if not, he'll do enough to win. It'll be a fucking slugfest, I can tell you that. Because Trinidad left hook jab. He shoots that right out with like a jab, too. He'll catch Golovkin with those punches. That would be a fantasy fight. Great counterpunch boxing, news, fantasy Wednesday discussion. I would love to fucking do it. Let's do it. Philly in the house. Sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. Guitars for you. Counterpunch to you with sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. Dubois versus Joyce predictions. I got that from Bernard Hopkins, by the way. That's one of his sayings when he was Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins. He said that all the time. He says, fight with sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. That's back in the day. Guitars, that's for you. Let's see. Whyte copied well with Riva's speed. Coped well with Riva's speed and power, and Whyte hits harder than Ruiz. You know what? That didn't matter when fucking Ruiz hit him. You know? That's what matters. Yeah, DC, he's gonna fuck up Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce just changes. He just did something he didn't supposed to do to. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. Hagler wins against Golovkin. That was when he was with ESPN, I think. I feel he lost a step due to his age and maybe damage he's taken too. He looks a lot slower and predictable. He did a few. Well, that's what happens when fighters like that. You know, he's an engaging fighter. He likes to take punches. He is a strong fighter. That is a great attribute that he has. He is a very hard puncher, and I think that it is what it is. I think Golovkin has taken some punishment. I think he's been in there with fighters. I want good boy. I want drama show. I want good fight. I want now, not tomorrow, right now. Well, a lot of obviously he don't want that shit right now no more, because those guys are there. Do you think AJ will jab Wilder loses? Yeah, he will. And look, Joshua will do what's best for Joshua. If he gets knocked out, I don't think, and there won't be no excuses. Bottom line. Do you think Adam Booth didn't believe in Joyce? I don't know if he did. Maybe I think it was the other way around. I think Joe Joyce was like, fuck it. I'm going somewhere else because I need more training from the person other than the person that trained me. Whatever. Yeah, you clearly don't know much about English boxers. No, I guess not. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I feel like Trinidad was bothered with a 2-week delay from 9/11. He probably was. No, guys. I know, right? I sound like Arnie. Joyce will be hard to knock out. I watched the other Philly boy fight him today. Jenkins. Yeah. Bar Americans who actually believe Wilder's beats AJ. I mean, believe it when you see it. Joyce is sacking his trainers over and over again. What do you make of it? Jerry B, look, I guess if that keeps him winning, I guess that's what he feels he needs to do. But if he loses, then he can see where he's at and why he lost. You know, and but be honest with himself on why he lost. Yeah, Ricky Torre. Oh God, we're not gonna go there. It's Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. Yeah, not you, dude. Not just you, dude. Most people I try to hear. Okay. RA Wilder versus AJ. I see Wilder winning. Oh, I'm British. Wilder versus AJ should be blocked by medical reason. Okay. Blue, what's up, brother? Peace and pugilism to you too, brother. Counterpunch to you, sir. Hearn is rumored to announce Usyk, Chisora, Whyte, Povetkin, and AJ Pulev soon. I get tired of guessing. I want to see the fights. Yeah, me too. Then we won't have to guess no more. We can just sit back, relax, put your feet up, take your nice drink, and say, fuck it. Who's going to win? We're going to see. That's how it's going to be. That's why it should be. Wilder getting frustrated in the rematch against Fury and losing on points. Cameron, I don't see that happening at all. I see Deontay Wilder being more poised. And what he's going to figure out that Tyson Fury lied to him. He ain't going to be fucking elusive, bro. I mean, he's not going to be coming right at him. He's going to be elusive. That's the shit that makes him think that. So at times, you know what? Tyson Fury's going to be passive aggressive. At times, he's going to put it on and try his hard to knock his fucking face off. But at the other time, when it's defense time, when Deontay Wilder comes in with with that right, yeah, Wilder has looked on Blue Blood's bias channel. Hell yeah, he has. And if he's seen that, he's seen me. But you know the funny thing, the ironic thing about it, I was on set the other day, Thursday. And I thought to myself, I'm like, not this show, this is a big show, but like a smaller show. They might hire Deontay Wilder to be, some type of actor in it or something like that. And what normally happens is if it's anything action, I'm going to have to work with this motherfucker. So if I work with him, if I'm working with Deontay Wilder, more than likely my stuff, counterpunch boxing. Oh, I used to be a boxer. Well, you're going to see something if you look at my channel. I got a lot to say about you, my friend. But I'm thinking anyway, besides that, I think he has his picks and chooses. He sees certain channels, and I look forward to working with him one day. I don't hate Deontay Wilder. It's just I expect more out of our American champ. That's the bottom line. It's nothing that can be seen or read into or me hating him. I just want him to do what he says he can do. Wilder will much more patient this fight, and Fury a little more aggressive. Will be interesting. Yeah, well, we'll see. Counterpunch. What do you think about Fury being mandatory versus Wilder? Triple A Ron 87. You know that bullshit ain't true. That's some bullshit. He ain't no fucking mandatory for nobody. Look, do we even hear mandatory? A mandatory event is something that you're supposed to hear because that's exactly what mandatory means. Something that must happen, no ifs, ands, or buts. Don't get me started. Let me get another beer. I'm getting mad. Because that's exactly what that's exactly why it was 2 days ago. No, was it? No, it was no. It was Thursday. So it was 2 days ago. And it just hit me. And somebody kind of got me thinking, why the fuck isn't this a mandatory? You got beer? Hey, guess what? Got peevel? You guys know what that means? You got peevel? That means got beer. and Czechoslovakian. Yimi Anjor on Anhor. Counterpunch from Minnesota. TJAJ Boxing. Counterpunch to you. Haha, cool. Wood. I've got beer. No surprise, Blue Blood Duck reporting on this hero, Gervonta Tank. He ain't gonna do that. You know, I think a lot of those guys have they get a little kickback. Hey, look, it's like this. Money talks, bullshit runs a marathon. Everybody wants a piece of the fucking pie. You got guys, if it's blue blood, he's going to talk a certain way. He's going to say a certain narrative. Look at, what's his name? Jeremiah, I call him. Boxing Ego. Boxing Ego has a lot of subscribers and all that shit, but then he talks in a certain way. You know, you think he ain't getting kickbacks and shit? Nah, he gets kickbacks. He has to talk a certain way. He doesn't get the interviews. He doesn't get the masses. He doesn't get the kickbacks. He doesn't get that underhand money. Maybe that's the case, but more than likely, that's the case. Who are your top three young prospects you have the brightest future of young heavy prospects right now? Depends on what division. I don't think Wilder paid Brazil shit. I think Wilder paid fucking Brazil his right hand. I don't think he paid Brazil to throw no fucking fight. I think Brazil was just a slow ass dude, was getting bound to knock out. Boned. Bound to knock out. A Jagba, Jurgovic, Yoka. Okay, we'll go with that. Crawford all the way. I'm Team Crawford. Knock out all the motherfuckers over there. They're all making me sick. All the motherfuckers make me sick over there. You know, they on the island of the PBC, like Gilligan's Island in this bitch. You know, nothing exists but us. No, the motherfuckers remind me they're on Easter Island and shit. Like they the only motherfuckers existing in the world. You know, and you think Fury will KO Wilder? I feel like Fury power is underrated. Corey Taylor, if he knocks out Wilder, Wilder won't be an issue no more. I would be actually kind of sad, really, because there won't be any undisputed, or should I say undefeated, you know, between Joshua and Wilder, because Joshua's been beat. Do I class Wilder as my best? No, I don't. But he's somewhere in the top 5 or 10. But here's the thing. He's only in the 10 or top 5 or whatnot because he has the belt. He's a champ. Gerard Johnson, nothing sadder than Deontay Wilder losing to Tyson Fury during the Black History Month, and you know that. Yeah, that's fucked up. If he does lose on Black, because he talked that shit up. Nobody was thinking about that. Everybody thinking about Kobe, for Christ's sake. About fucking February, cold ass February. We thinking about Kobe. But, okay, you're going to make that an issue. You're going to make that what it's supposed to mean to you and use Black History Month is this. You motherfucker, you better knock Fury out. I haven't even saw that yet. You watching Russell King Tug fight, bro? No, man, I don't. I'm not at home. I'm not at home. I'm in an apartment I'm renting in fucking Austin. And you know, and what I do, I get Airbnbs because they're cheaper. But damn, wait, can you watch it live? If I can watch it live, I can watch that shit on my laptop. When Wilder said he's gonna make Fury a Black History trivia question, I died laughing. Yeah, that was some funny shit. Who did that? I'm gonna make Tyson Fury a Black History trivia question. Yeah, man. What happened to the reporter? What a reporter. People don't care about oh, people don't care about Wilder like they do Kobe. No. I mean that's Kobe Bryant. Dude, that's fuck dude, Kobe I don't want to talk about Kobe, man. That's just some sad ass shit, him and his daughter. That's some old that's some shit you wake up and tell people that you it's a dream that you had. Man, you know what? I had a fucking dream last night that fucking Kobe Bryant died in a fucking helicopter accident. No, man. Yeah, he's fucking a legend. Absolutely. Who did it? I mean, again, that's some sad shit. I don't keep harping on that. You know. But yeah, Wilder don't know. He struggles in his own place, doing his own shit. You know, honestly. Wilder's big in building a legacy. It's strategic, man. You know, it's how you build a fighter. It's how you make a fighter. You know, you build a fighter's confidence up. You put him in with the right opponents. You pick certain fights that might appear hard, but at the end of the day, what you're really doing is you're just picking fighters at the right time. Kurt, what's your thoughts on a fear? I don't know. What did he say, Connor? I didn't hear that. Yep, this is boxing. Legacy of avoiding the wrong fights at the right time. Yep. I don't know. I think honestly, I think Deontay is a slave. Fuck it. He's a slave. He can't do what he wants to. He has to deal with other people. That's why he has so many people. He don't have Ludabella no more, but he has Shelly Finkel, JD's, Al Heyman, all these fucking people, man. Fuck them. You're describing AJ's and Whyte's careers. I don't know what that means. Looks like we're having a counterpunch boxing brew tonight, champ. Love it. Hell yeah, I'm getting like you, Blue. Fuck it. This here is the shit. That's a trip, man. I'm like, damn, Blue be getting fucked up. It should be a good fight while it lasts. Double A Ron 87. You are the truth, man. I try to tell the truth. I don't know about the truth. You know what I mean? None of that shit. Scans Ranch, you still on here lying? Let me fucking with Scans Ranch. Scans Ranch says, I'm the fucking resistance. I'm telling you motherfuckers what I think. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Blue be fucking promoting shit. You need to come out with your own whiskey. This is Blue Boxing Whiskey by way of Brazil. Que okay, Scance Rants, who has a better resume than Joshua Wilder. Expose yourself. Comb in the headpiece. Comb in his headpiece. Okay. Drunken counterpunch tonight. I don't know about drunken. I'm not drunk. No, I'm not gonna claim that now. Drunk. I'm hey, you know. Yeah, that's a drunken counterpunch there. Jim Brown. I think we know all about that, sir. Yeah. You know what I mean? Such a shame U.S. heavyweight boxing has got from Liston, Ali, Foreman, Holyfield, Tyson, Wilder, and a guy that wants none. DC, it's all about the money, baby. It doesn't matter. Look, let me tell you something. Deontay Wilder, he has people around him that has padded his resume, gave him fat checks, fatter checks than he ever fucking seen. This is something that you know why Wilder's so happy? Because he knows that the money that he's receiving for these fights for the fights of the past have not been anything like he's ever seen before. Okay, so he can't get mad at what he's seeing until he sees that other people are getting much, much more money. But he just thinks, and they've convinced him to think that he needs to raise his profile. But other people will have him thinking that he's already there, so his profile is already intact, and he already should be getting this pay, but he's not. So someone's lying to him versus someone's telling him the truth, and people that are telling him the truth are his managers and shit. They're telling him, you need to fight this guy and that guy. You need to fight Ortiz, then fight someone else undefeated that has a name. Someone else undefeated that has a name is Tyson Fury. You fought Tyson Fury. Uh-oh, you didn't beat Tyson Fury, but you should have fought Tyson Fury. That's why everybody was looking and shitting and side-eyeing Deontay Wilder, because people knew that he took a fight that they knew he was destined to win. This was another no chance, but he had a name. You could have a no name and a name at the same fucking time, and that was Tyson Fury. So that's what that is, man. Did UCAT say they contaminated Whyte's A sample? Fuck, I don't know, Scance Rants. I don't know. That's a good fucking question. Fuck yeah, I was napping like a motherfucker, out cold. Jerome Benjamin, yo, Big Kurt, what's up, brother? Counterpunch ain't nursing that beer tonight. No, I ain't nursing it. I ain't babysitting that shit either. I'm taking it to the fucking face. This is Presidente. This is from, I'm gonna get like Blue. Yeah, yeah, if you want the best, you gotta do this shit. You see this shit, man? No, no, no. But honestly, I got it imported in because this is from DR. I have family in DR, so you know, I get it imported in. So I'm off. I'll be off for today and tomorrow. I know for sure. So I'll see what happens. So I'm just having a good time, having a good time with everyone, on the chat, and just wilding out. You know, Counterpunch ain't nursing. No, 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 no. Did UCAD test White's B sample? Dude, I don't fucking know. Somebody did those Scance Rants. Exactly. We never drunk, just a little bent. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Gotta check out. Take care, folks. All right. Counterpunch to you, brother. Combing his hairpiece. Gant still trying to claim Whyte is dirty despite him being claimed by UCAD. You know what was dirty by Dillian Whyte, though? He didn't tell Oscar Rivas. He did not say shit to that. But see, here's the thing, though. If they would have said something, they would have called the fight off. And then we would have not known. And then guess what? Nobody would have got paid. Not Dillian Whyte, not Oscar Rivas, not on the teams of Dillian Whyte or Oscar Rivas. None of those people would have got paid over some shit that ended up being, oh, well, we don't know. And it was inconclusive, whatever it was. It was just, we don't know. So, yes, I'm glad they did fight, though. So, in essence, I don't like how they handle it, but I'm glad it was done the way it was done. Because Dillian Whyte ended up fighting Oscar Rivas. And let me let you guys know on something. There's so many fights that was going to get made that didn't get made. You're like, fuck, And I'm glad that fight did get made, honestly. If Fury beats Wilder, how do you AJ beating Fury? Easy, applying more pressure. Same shit he did when he was in the ring with him the first time sparring. AJ ain't look, those styles like that matches up perfectly. Because what's gonna happen is Joshua ain't gonna be there for Fury. I want to see that fight. I want to see all these fucking fights. Let's see them happen. Scance Ranch, yes, they did. He was cleared. So what's excuses for ducking him? Ludabella sounds like Ludacris's daughter. Ludabella. Crazy, dude. Little rascal. Sorry, little rascal underscore. You said you can't contaminated white sample. You are a king. Well, I mean they could have, but I don't know. I don't know. I know UCAT does some shady shit though. You know. Did they drink it then, Scants? Let's see. I could bullshit with you all night. Whyte was found guilty before innocent. Yeah, he was. Now that is true. He was found fucking guilty. You know, Mauricio Suleiman. Oh no, this is it. We were temporarily uh suspend his opportunity. What? We were temporarily suspend, and then they gave it to Tyson Fury after they. That's some bullshit, man. That's some old bullshit. Anyway, whatever. He said they never tested the fucking B sample, people. Dillian Whyte is a fucking cheat. Man, you know, like what's hilarious is like people's arguments. You know what I mean? It's like that shit like nothing funnier than being in New York and then people arguing over shit, you know? But it is. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, you know? Whatever was found in the sample, they couldn't really pin it to certain things. And well, what was found in the sample, they couldn't link it to nothing. That was my understanding about it. Luda Bella. I know, right? Luda Bella. They tested his twice. It was lab contamination. Yeah, that was one of the things, man. Look, dude, that shit there was like, it was a fucking stitch up. That's all it was. It was somebody that was paid to do something to a certain situation, and then guess what? That certain situation ended up being the way they wanted it to go. It went a certain way, and he lost all his shit. Now we ain't gonna see Wild. Right. That's all that means. And you and think people, you really think that shit's a coincidence? Come on now, come on. You know, Luis Ortiz is not the most avoided. Well, you know who I think Dillian Whyte should fight? He should fight Oscar Rivas again, just to set the record straight, set him, you know, without any of the other bullshit and do everything right. Ortiz better than Klitschko. Whoa, what the fuck? Who said that? See these? Oh, let me see. Shit. Ortiz better than Klitschko. Comb ass Ellie. Okay, whatever. I would like to see Ortiz. I would like to see all these people fight. Let's see them fight. It's a dirty game. You damn right, Blue. Ortiz better than Klitschko. Yeah, I heard that. It's crazy. But people got that. Did people think that? Match them up. You know. My conclusion: Comb in his hairpiece. In his hairpiece. I think that Dillian Whyte should do exactly what he did with AK and Barack. Let's make this shit simple. Let's make this shit known. I feel that Dillian Whyte is all he's really doing at this point, honestly. He's pulling a gun and not using it. Pull that motherfucker and use it, people. Ortiz versus Rivas, Jacob Wright, counterpunch to you. It's basically them saying he wasn't at fault or being contaminated. Ortiz versus Rivas, again, counterpunch. Who possesses the B sample? Who has possession of the B sample? I don't fucking know. Combing his hairpiece, I don't know. Jim Brown, fuck it. Broner versus Wilder for his 20 million price tag. Fuck that. Wilder, he get his ass killed. I beat that boy. You know I beat that boy. I beat him. White said he was contaminated and UCAT accepted his explanation. Okay, yeah, they did. When they found out that UCAT was a dirty rat piece of shit, Like Mike Tyson. You know what, you cat, you a rat piece of shit. What you gonna do about it? You know? Because Whyte couldn't say anything about the bullshit. That's why. He couldn't say anything about it. But anyway, guys, I gotta get ready, eat. It's been a fucking blast. I've had a great time. You guys enjoy the fight. I'm gonna try to catch some of that fight. I'm definitely gonna see that UFC. I will be back to counterpunch that as time permits. Everybody on the chat. Jim Brown, Andy Cliff, Ricky Torre, Blue, Scance Rants, DC, Coleman a Hair Piece, C. Duncan, Double A, Double A Ron 87, Jacob Wright. What's nice? Nice. I mean, everybody on the chat has been counterpunched. Have a good night. Peace.